Yes, indeed, Derek. Midland Glen, the 11-8 favourite. Judges' Fancy is 4-1, opened up at 11-4. Babille is 5-1 from 4-1, and Avonway out to 11-1 from an opening price of 8s. Of course, is in a few points, now 11-1 from 16s, and Murano 12-1 from 10s. Just as Prospect and Pecos Boy, both on 14s. They go 20s bar those.
Thanks, John. Yes, the jockeys pulling down their goggles. They're beginning to walk forward to face the starter Jerry Scott for this, the Newcastle Brown Ale Top of the North Hurdle Qualifier, with Babel getting off in the lead. Babel the first to jump off, and followed on the wide outside by Who Is He. Between the two races First Admiral. It's these three followed by Rampspec Lad as they approach the first flight. Close up after them races Metropolis Dancer with Royal Bee towards the outside, Naiad midfield, in company also with Adavanti. They're over the first flight now, and Orwell Opinion is the present back marker. Now they're meeting the rising ground for the first time, and taking it up now is Babel. Babel has gone on from Who Is He in second place, 3 First Admiral, then 4 now Valiant Dash, and 5 towards the outside races Metropolis Dancer. Now they're approaching the home turn for the first time, and as they make their way towards this turn, it's Babel, now partnered by Seamus O'Neill. Some papers had no rider for this one. Up on the outside still, and very close, is the horse who is visored for the first time. That is Who Is He, number 19. And followed then by First Admiral and Valiant Dash. Murano creeping up over on the far side. At the first in the straight now, and it was Babel who touched down in the lead. Babel from Who Is He and First Admiral. Then comes Valiant Dash with Murano. Rampspec Lad making ground now, and closely followed by Mary Moles as they near the next. And this third flight, the second in the straight, it's the third of 10 that they have to take all told in this 2.5 miler. So it's Babel in the blue colours, white cap, towards the outside, coming to jump this one. In second place, in fact, he's passed third just before the flight by Who Is He. So it's these two, Who Is He and Babel, who lead from Valiant Dash, then in 3, Murano 4, 5 is First Admiral, and then comes Metropolis Dancer with Merry Moles and Rampspec Lad. The favourite Midland Glen is not far off the pace. He's midfield at the moment, and is followed then by Pecos Lad, and up towards the outside comes then Just As Prospect. The back markers include Royal Bee with Abonway, and then of course, and the last two are Orwell Opinion and finally Random Warrior, and just in front of them is Judge's Fancy. But they're very well grouped indeed as they swing away downhill towards flight number 4, with Babel in the lead now again, just from Who Is He, a little between this pair. And they're very closely followed by Valiant Dash in 3. Murano comes next in 4. In 5th place is Metropolis Dancer as they near flight number 4, with on the inside Babel still racing in company with Who Is He, Valiant Dash between them, and over that flight. And all seem to get over this one all right, with Orwell Opinion still last. EJH is now one of the back markers as well. But a short run to number 5, Babel over first from Who Is He. Murano makes ground now to go into 3rd place. Then comes Midland Glen, the favourite, making ground right on the inside of Valiant Dash. They're followed then by Metropolis Dancer, partnered by Liam O'Hara. The other one who had no jockey in some papers, Royal Bee, is now ridden by Mr. David McTaggart. Now they're into the back straight and racing on towards the 6th flight. They're just past halfway, and it's Babel still by half a length from Who Is He, and then Just As Prospect has made ground to take 3rd in front of Murano, and Murano virtually down, and his ears down. He slipped on landing, slithered, and gave Roger Marley absolutely no chance to remain on board. So Murano went at that flight. Meanwhile, it's still Babel from Who Is He and Midland Glen now, the favourite, making good headway on the inside. Abonway has also joined the leaders, and not far behind them, Judge's Fancy, who now makes ground in company with Naiad. Just behind Naiad is Metropolis Dancer. They're still well grouped, this field, as they near the next flight. That's Adavanti, another one who is pulled up. Meantime, as the runners go towards the last 3 flights of hurdles, Babel jumping this one just first, but look at Midland Glen on the inside, full of running and coming right up now to tackle the leader. And in fact, Phil Tuck has taken Midland Glen now into the lead, so the favourite has shown in front now for the first time from Abonway and Babel. And then after these two, Just As Prospect running on very strongly to join those 3. They're half a mile out now, and it's Midland Glen in the lead, trying to make it 6 in a row. Midland Glen from Abonway towards the outside, Neil Doughty, and wider still and on the near side as we see them now with a noseband. That is Just As Prospect, who is followed by Judge's Fancy. They're over the second from home, and Midland Glen now being shown the whip as Abernway comes through now to take it up. Abernway and Neil Dowdy. So Gordon Richards' two jockeys, Neil Dowdy and Phil Tuck, are fighting it out here. Ahead of Justice Prospect back in 3, Naiad running on strongly in 4, Babel weakening back in 5, and then comes Judge's Fancy and Pecos Boy making late ground, but at the final flight, and it's Abernway who's about 4 or 5 lengths up on the favourite Midland Glen, with Justice Prospect back in 3rd place. And they're very tired, these runners, as they race up towards the final half furlong. And over on the far side, Abernway still leads, but he's coming to the end of his tether. Midland Glen is fighting back on the near side, but I don't think he can catch Abernway. He's game there, and he's battling. It's going to be very close. Abernway and Midland Glen, nothing in it. Oh, and the favourite could just have got there. It's very close indeed. Midland Glen on the near side, Abernway on the far side, with Justice Prospect in 3rd place and Naiad back in 4th. And after them, Pecos Boy coming home ahead of Valiant Dash, Babel, who made the early running, and Orwell Opinion, who stayed on. And after them, EJH finished ahead of First Admiral, who was followed by our Jim Lad. And then came, of course, 2 riderless horses then, and then Random Warrior. But a very, very close thing indeed. And here is here are the 2 that the judge has got to sort out. The judge this afternoon is James Wiley. On the near side is the favourite Midland Glen, who was rallying bravely. Has he got up? Abernway, a good leader at the last, but tiring badly. It's a photo, though, between number 1, Abernway, and number 2.
Second, number 1, Abernway, returned to 1. And third, number 5, Justice Prospect, returned at 16 to 1. And 21 ran.